So fascinating. Yeah, it was amazing. I think 30 minutes underwater.
There was bears.
Yeah. It told me an hour.
So,
Because it's just exhausting.
all these
But, yeah, I mean, we were supposed to go.
turned on somebody else who they didn't know lived there.
And you're like.
Good morning, everybody.
Let's do that for your same class. And he was like, let's do it. And I was like, okay.
All right, guys, so, good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Who has some good news for me today? Something that you're like, wow, that's really great news.
Jill, my first team meeting I'm attending.
Oh, let's give her a high five. Let's give her a high five. Welcome. Welcome, I like that. Anybody else?
Yeah, Jill.
Yes, Jill.
Finished my half marathon this weekend.
Yes.
I did a half marathon this weekend.
Wow. I had to do like a 10th marathon, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, right, so I was with my family last weekend and had a good time hanging out with them. And when I get back on Sunday night, I'm usually like, okay, get this done, so I don't rest on the weekend. So I woke up Monday morning, I'm thinking, I do not want to go walking this morning at 5:30. I did it, and I thought, I don't really want to come to the office this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. But I did it.
Where's
And so I got up and I did it, and which is cool, so guys, it was fun being with my family. On good news, I hear often, as a matter of fact, I was meeting with a guy from across the street at Berkshire Hathaway about 2 years ago. And he says, well, you know, my office is number one. I go, Berkshire Hathaway? He goes, yes, sir. I said, all right, tell me more. He said, well, my broker told me that we're number one. I said, well, I don't know what category number one is, so I'll know. Because once a year, the Business Chronicle comes out, and it's called the Book of Lists that will come out in about it. But this is the one that looks at 2024, and it says who's number one based on the numbers that we can verify. And so I always sort of hold my breath because we usually have done pretty well in this. And so this is the top 100 real estate organizations, which means all of Keller Williams, all of RE/MAX, all of Harry Norman, all of Berkshire Hathaway, means all that together. So number one real estate organization in 2024 was, well, I'm gonna tell you number two. Number two was a new one this year, and that was Virtual Property. Now, Virtual Properties is who? Who is Virtual Properties? That used to be the one up in Alpharetta. That used to be, I don't know. But anyone know Virtual Property anyway? D'Angelo Hudson used to be at Virtual Properties anyway, but they did 4.4 billion in sales last year. 4.4 billion. Okay, and they're number two. Number three is Atlanta Communities at 4.1 million. Number four is Atlanta Fine Homes at 3.9 billion. Guys, that's a bunch of sales. Number one is Keller Williams, and we were at 17 billion.
Wow.
So guys, there's a big spread between number one and number two, which I find very interesting, okay, guys? So now they're gonna say, but Jim, y'all have a lot more agents. Well, that's because people like to come where they can do on real estate. And then the biggest surprise to me was how we ranked last year with Business Chronicle as the top 20 largest real estate offices, which surprised me because there's a wonderful office up here that I follow a lot, Alpharetta, and they have got right at the end of last year, Alpharetta has 667 agents. They are the largest real estate office for Keller Williams in Atlanta, okay? So I was concerned with them, okay? And a couple other offices are also coming on strong as far as production, which I love. So anyway, number one office last year for all Metro Atlanta was Atlanta Fine Homes. That's their big office in Buckhead. They have got about 262 agents there. And they did 1,500 units, but 1.5 billion in sales. Their average sales price is between 800,000 and 900,000. So they live in that Buckhead market. Number two was Atlanta Fine Homes again. Their office up in Alpharetta. Number three was Atlanta Communities. How many agents they have in their office in Woodstock, Cherokee? 500. So they have a bunch of agents there. So and also I'm a fan of them. They're good people. The guy that runs that Judson Adamson, actually, who's the guy that's the president? What is his name? David?
Mark Hall.
What's his name?
Mark.
Mark Hall. Mark Hall is one of the most genuine, just great guys that I know. I love working with Mark Hall, he's a great guy. We were number 4. Just leave your hand down. We closed 1.1 billion in sales and 2,000 units. And guys, we have one of the smaller offices for Keller Williams in Atlanta. I mean, guys, we ended up being number 4 in the city and number 1 for Keller Williams for the most productive office. Now, the question is this, then we're gonna move on. How do we use that says, well, I'm at Berkshire Hathaway, I wanna be in the number 1 office? How do we use that to attract more people is the question. Now, my coach says, Jim, tell your story. So do I do a billboard with my picture on it? That would be scary. No. No. I want y'all to be thinking about what we can do to tell that story. But what does that story tell you? What does it tell you?
You can slice dice numbers to tell you anything you want to.
Pardon me?
You can slice and dice numbers and statistics to show anything you want to tell your story.
Okay, you can do that, I agree with that, okay, you can do that. It's like this man across the street, he was convinced that his office was number 1, and he could not tell me number 1 in what. And you can find something to be number 1 in. We're number 1 in the price range between $450 and $451 in these cops, you can do that, so guys. Anyway, guys, we're gonna be asking that question, we wanna know how we can get people that are out there that would benefit from being a part of this office. So just stay tuned to that, okay, which is cool. All right, guys, if you have not done this yet, please make sure that if you see something on the internet or wherever that you think is great news, please make sure you tag our office wherever you are on, whether it's Instagram or whatever, please tag us, because that allows our message to get out there more and yours also. So please tag us, and you can stand right there if you would like, okay? Broker open house, charcuterie, and refresh, I'm glad I can say that word, give me a favor to say that word. Charcuterie, which means cheese tray, all right, and refreshment provided. And it's in Kennesaw, Georgia, at 1.1 million. Please go by and help out Stephanie Venable if you have the time and get out there. And this one's open, also broker open, and I think it's her and one more person in the subdivision. All right, tell us about it, please, Jill.
They're on the same street, they're like 2 doors apart, right, like a mile from here. And walkable to Walton and Dodgen and the neighborhood pool, great little neighborhood. And so Kathy is doing kind of help me with the pricing on hers, and mine, we have a price, $775 that we're planning on, and we're both planning on going live in a couple of weeks.
Cool, I like that. And we also have the privilege of you having the highest sales so far this year with your listing that just closed. Tell about the one that just closed, Joe, because I was very proud of that
The
sale.
Blackland
Yes,
took whatever 5 or 6 months, so that's the negative of having a high price listing. It's a lot of stress for a while, as opposed to something that goes under contract in 2 weeks. But anyway, it was, guys had bought it and done really nice upgrades on it, and had only lived there for about 1.5 years, decided to move back home. And anyway, it was a great, basically new construction, but finished basement and pool and all that stuff, and it was awesome. It was a great house.
and what did it sell for?
$3,069,000.
$369,000? And can you tell them who bought it?
Oh yeah, Miguel Almiron, if you know who that is, he is the superstar for Atlanta United.
Just as he came in, because I asked her when she said, do you know this guy? Is he real? I go, I have no idea who that is, so.
And he came with an entourage, everything was with an entourage, and a translator too, so that made it a little bit tricky, but he's like 30 years old, by the way. He's buying his $3 million property, and his wife, I think, is 20-something.
That's about right.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I think they were not getting always the best advice. So maybe it's not the greatest thing to make millions of dollars when you're that young.
Yeah, we're very proud of our sales, we're proud of that one because it's the highest one, it may be the highest one we've ever had.
No, Cindy,
How
I won a
much
paper
sales?
mill for like
6
six. She had one for 4, but she had one for 6.
Wow, there we go, we love having that, and guys, we still dominate in East Cobb for houses sold, our market share is about 14%, I think number 2 is maybe Harry Norman at 8%, so we still dominate the luxury market, which we determine is 750 and above, so we still dominate that, and he's covered security. All right, thank you, Jill, and we will be there, I'm gonna show it myself.
Jim?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I qualify this as good news or rumor, but I heard that Berkshire, like the corporate, might be looking to offload the real estate side of things.
That's a nice rumor.
Is that rumor, or is that just,
Well, the
have you
guy.
heard that, or is that me making that up from somebody else that
Well,
told me?
no, that was spread far and wide.
Okay,
But when I was told that, and of course, I used to work for kind of own Berkshire, Home Services, and do you know who owns Home Services? Warren Buffett.
yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm thinking, who has more money, a hedge fund or is gonna buy it, or Warren Buffett?
yeah, but what happens if he's,
Wants to do it. Well,
Tea leaves and
according to the
whatnot.
head of the company at that time said, we are not in talks with
Okay.
anybody to buy, his name is, I've met him before. And so, but anyway, but since then they fired him, so.
Gino Blafari.
Huh?
Gino Blafari.
Gina Bafar, exactly right. So he is a character, a known character. I think he's from New Jersey, something like that. And I met him several years, was in a meeting with him. He said, look, guys, so anyway, that's actually great. But I also met several years ago Barbara Corcoran. Anybody know who that is?
Yeah.
She is on what?
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank, exactly right. Jenny Pruitt brought her in to work with us. And Barbara is a character among characters. I was right there. She has a typical New York dialect. Her favorite word is, you can think of what it is. She loves to drop the F-bomb all over the place. That's just Barbara Corcoran. She's hilarious. Good lady that has done well financially. And she's the first one that told us 20 years ago, you cannot underprice a house. So, she's amazing. Anyway, I think that's a rumor as far as, and then might Warren Buffett decide to sell it because he thinks that is going down in value, he may. So, we'll see. All right, next.
Scott's working on a computer, but Thomas and Brown's next.
Thomas and Brown, we're gonna have Carrie back with us. And all these officers, you stay busy, I'm sure.
Number one, no, I'm just kidding.
You're number one.
Good morning, guys. Good to see y'all. I'm Carrie with Thomas and Brown. If we have not, well, I pretty much know everyone, and welcome to your first team meeting. That's exciting to have you. We have a couple of things coming up. Good thing I have them memorized, right?
Yes.
I'm just kidding. So on May 7th, we're gonna do an event at Top Golf in Midtown, and it's like open brokerage, bring your friends. It's gonna be so much fun. Just, at 5:30 till 7:30, I believe. So we have a
That's May
few,
what?
May 7th.
Second.
Yeah, so we have a few bays rented out and, of course, we'll have food and drinks, just a fun time to network and, see how great you are at golf. It is funny, I've been there a couple of times and I like it because you don't necessarily have to hit it far, they have other little games that you can play, so it's really fun, just fun to socialize. So there we are, tea time with Thomas and Brown. And then on May, so our normal CE class with y'all is on the second Thursday, I believe, which is Red Day this year. So we've rescheduled it for May 22nd. And we're gonna do the property playbook is the name of it. And you may not have that one yet, Kimberly, but anyway, Cheryl's gonna teach a 3-hour CE class, property playbook about listing. We're gonna talk about marketing strategies, just all kinds of good stuff. So it's a newer class for us, so it'll be fun. So we hope to see y'all there, and it'll be in this room, just like all of our normal ones, just May 22nd instead of Red Day.
Did you
So-
say CE credits?
Yes, yeah, 3 hours of CE.
I need it.
You do, well, let's go, May
I need 6
22nd.
more hours before the end of May. We'll keep my license.
It's just in time.
That's right.
I love
What
it.
day is that?
It's May 22nd.
Great, I love it.
Yes, sir. So, we look forward to seeing y'all at closing, and I know most of y'all know this, but we do have 13 offices around Atlanta, so we're from Buckhead all the way up to Blue Ridge, we're out in Alpharetta, we've got West Cobb and Cartersville, Woodstock, Galleria, we're spread out everywhere, so, you don't have to just only list here, so just keep that in mind. Thank you so much.
We love
And
Thomas and
Virginia's
Brown.
here, and Virginia. Credit you on.
So Carrie,
Yes.
we need the Thomas and Brown, I love TMB to come back, the little stickers.
Oh, I have some, I'll
Bring
bring
them
them.
next time.
Yes, for
I love
sure.
it. I love it for sure. We do love Thomas and Brown. Thanks for being here. Thank you to our sponsors. Please welcome Atlanta Police Department,
Oh, gosh, are we in trouble?
APD. Are you APD?
I
Are
am.
you the Atlanta Police Department? Okay, come on up.
I don't even know where though.
He's like, we could be.
Thank you very much. Photographer site, I never recorded. I wanna show my grandma.
You're a good guy, show your grandma. I like that.
So hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all you other people, the cameras. So I wanna give you all a guarantee. This will be the most significant and meaningful presentation you've ever had. So my name is Jacob Simon, and I run a not-for-profit in order to help support and rescue children from sex trafficking. The not-for-profit is itself a real estate media company named Atlanta Photo and Drone. We give 100% of the profit away to the charities that help to support and rescue those kids. So first, I've got a $200 giveaway for everyone here, and also virtually. So it's on here on the flyer, so I'm gonna go ahead and explain it. You got $200 off for the first shoot. You gotta use the Welcome 200 code in the checkout section if you're curious about that, and ask me about it later. And $200 as well, on top of that, for every single referral, using your referral code. Explained on the website about how to do that. This just means that we charge generally half of what the major competition does out here. Also, we're a complete one-stop shop, so we cover all of your needs. Magazine quality media, free drone, and best customer service guarantee. So, thanks. So I'd like to give you all a story as well. So imagine that you go into Sam's Club. Let's say you also have a Sam's Club membership, right? And you go into Sam's Club and you go into it for the same sort of product that you get every once in a while, but this time, and it's usually worth like a few $100s, right, at least. This time though, you go in and you see something new next to the product you usually get from. This product, however, is half the price of the person you usually go with, the company you usually go with. 100% of the profit is going towards charity, and the first one's effectively free. Which one are you choosing?
Free one.
Thank you. So, right now, I'd like to do a little short Q&A. Does anyone have any questions? No? All right, that's fine. I'm not very curious either. So I actually, though, ironically, I do actually have some questions for you, though. So how many of you have children or have people close to you in your life who do? Yeah, it's everyone, right? Yeah. How many of you know someone who would, or you yourself would, sacrifice great things even in your life for those children? Yeah, basically all of us, yeah. So I want to tell you all something. This is a fact, this is true. I spoke to the regional supervisor for a charity, major charity out here in Georgia that is sponsored, facilitated by the government. They're partnered with each other. I spoke to them and I had a number of questions for them, and there was a conclusion from the conversation. It was something that surprised me even. I had an inkling that I thought this might be the case, but I didn't know it was like this though, as much as it was. As a fact, mathematically, you will, over an extended period of time of working with me, save at least one child. Personally, you, each and every single one of you will. That's a statistical guarantee of sorts, right? It's, statistics, but you can. That's the takeaway. So right now, if you would, if I don't already have your contact, if you would text the number for those who are here virtually, it's right here, 404-808-4994, your name and any other information you'd like to, and get you in the books. I'd love to work with you. So I'll leave you with this. Let's get out there. Let's win this together. Thank you.
Good Jacob. What is the #1 place in Atlanta where child trafficking goes on?
Airport.
Airport.
It's the airport.
Yeah, and the reason I know that is that when my grandsons were under 15 and we had to go through the checkpoints with me, they would always stop me, they would go, "Who is that?" "Well, that's Pop." "Well, tell me, what's his name?" "It's Jim Alexander." And they said, "Do you know him?" "Yes, we know who he is." And so every time I went through that, when they stopped and wanted to make sure they knew who I was not just someone taking these two kids through the airport. And I'm telling you, when we were in the airport when they were 12, I was really clinging on because I knew that's the place where they do that. So anyway, thank you, Jay, for what you do.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you very much. Give him a hand, guys. He also shows up for almost every
Jim,
single
I
week.
have a question right here.
Yeah, you said you do everything everyone else does. What does that mean? You do virtual staging?
Oh, yeah.
You do,
Yeah, just let me know, and the answer's yes. Yeah, all right, thank you all.
All right, guys, let's give him a hand, guys. We love it, okay? Thank you for coming, Jessica. Thanks for coming every single week and hanging out with us. We love it. All right, next. Welcome Kim Cross. Come on up, Kim. Let's give her a hand. Kim is our ALC. This is her first year on ALC. And Kim also had a great year last year. And is going to tell us about how she got to this point. So Kim, you're up.
All right. So,
Jim put this out, but we're gonna do sort of a how it started, how it's going, and how Quan can, help play a part. So we're gonna start with how it started, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about me. My life until being a stay-at-home mom, not sure why it was called that, cause for me it was anything but. The room mom for both my kids, always the team mom, always at my husband's functions, which, my husband's in commercial real estate, so I learned a little bit about real estate from that. I was on the board of Junior League of Atlanta for many years, very active in my church, did mission trips abroad and at home. Active at the University of Tennessee Alumni Association, so I know there's a lot of dogs in here, please forgive me. But I was the National Alumni Association president in 2011, which I represented 300,000 alumni traveled all over the United States, representing those people. And Bart would say, you know, people get paid for this kind of stuff. We would laugh about it. But in January of 2019, I went in for my yearly mammogram, and the text said, we need to do some extra screening. And I said, oh, the apple core, because I have had 8 biopsies before that. And she looked at me and said no. And I knew some things were changing then. So 2 days later, on January 14th, I had an invasive biopsy. On January 15th, I was told I had cancer. And 14 days later, I had a double mastectomy. So in 2 weeks, my life changed dramatically. After the results came back from the surgery, my oncologist looked at me and said, how many children do you have? 2. Do you have any grandchildren? No. Do you want to see them? Yeah. Then we're starting chemo on Monday. So I went from just nothing to, oh my word. So for 13 months, I went every Monday for 6 hours and had chemo. And on March 7th of 2020, I rang the bell and my oncologist said, go out and live. And on March 14th, does anybody remember what happened? Our country shut down. So, Bart and I did what was called the NOAA plan. For 40 days and 40 nights, I stayed inside. And he would go out and get whatever was needed and come back in. Until I had said, I can't do this anymore, I have to go out. So, he came home that day, I had gone out, and he said, where did you go? And with glee, I said, Costco. I was so excited. So we had just finished the NOAA plan. Bart went to his checkup and came home to me to tell me that he had been diagnosed with prostate cancer. What on earth? I was reeling. I had just completed chemo. We'd come through COVID. And now my husband, our sole provider, is telling me he has cancer. The questions were swirling. Were we gonna be okay? We had planned, but we weren't ready for retirement or something maybe worse. I hadn't worked outside the home in 28 years. I was 57. What can I do? And then it hit me. I had been around real estate, big commercial, but by osmosis my entire life. And so I sat down at the computer and I got my license online. So that's how it started. I'm gonna stop there because I know there's a lot of stories in here about how people got to where we are today. Does anybody want to share their story? I know there's some neat ones in here because I've heard some of them.
Hard to beat yours.
Okay, tell me.
I said it's hard to beat yours.
Oh, no, hard to beat mine. Oh, well, no, that's just one. But that's, I mean, I'm a late lifer of starting in real estate. But this is your first day today. How did you get here?
We try not to be upset. So I was in corporate America. I worked for Cox Automotive for 21 years. Loved my job, loved my team, loved the company. And I got laid off last year. So I also had an interest in real estate over the years, and I have a friend here and she was very successful. And I thought, I don't want to go back into corporate America. I'm out. And so there you go.
Leap of faith, I love it. Anybody else?
I think it's interesting that you all know that two of the wealthiest women and most successful started growing their wealth when they were 59 years old. One of them was Mo Anderson. Does anyone know who Mo Anderson is? Who was Mo Anderson? Who was that, Paige?
Mo Anderson was the president of Keller Williams Realty International. She is our Mo, she is our the godmother of, she started KW Cares. She was very instrumental in the profit sharing program growing, and she really turned KW into an international company, certainly a national company.
Someone told
And
Gary
she
Keller,
is just,
you're gonna take this company under.
Yeah.
You need to get out of the way and hire someone who'll take it to good grade. And that'll be Mo Anderson, right? That's like that. So anyway, Mo Anderson is amazing. Worth who knows how much money, but she didn't become president of this company nor CEO until she was 59, or she was 60. 60. And the other one is my good friend, my close friend, Kay Evans. Who is Kay Evans? We've been around for a while, Paige. Tell me who Kay Evans is.
the oldie but goldie we're getting back here.
Exactly.
Kay Evans was the partner for the southeastern region when Bob Kalinsky came from New Orleans to start the southeastern region. And prior to that, she had been a very successful realtor and mortgage broker. And big with Jenny Pruitt, and decided that she would step out and go with Keller Boo.
And she became the owner of the Southeast region when she was 59 years old. And 14 years ago, I came here when I was 59 years old. So guys, it's never too late to do great things. Because I've changed so much in the past 15 years, 14 years, it's amazing. So you started young, Laurel.
I love to hear that.
No, you started young, you still got a lot of years.
I love to hear
So guys, it's
that.
never too late to live your dream. Right, Kim?
I love, that's true, that's true. And Brenda she was a teacher before she started. So we all came here from different places for different reasons, and we're a unique group, but we're here. So that's how it started. So how's it going? Once I got my license, Bart immediately asked if I wanted to go to work with him, to which I replied, no. I wanted to stay married. Now Paige has made it work. There's people in this office that have made it work. Bart and I, it would not work. But I also wanted my own career. I reached out to a few of my friends that have been realtors for quite some time. Because starting this late, I have a lot of realtor friends, probably 20 to be honest. And this should tell you something. They all, not knowing I was asking each one, suggested Keller Williams. All of them. The other part that's interesting, none of them were Keller Williams agents. It's a telltale sign. So, I came and interviewed with Quan. I was blown away. And the next day, I signed up. And then I became a sponge. I dove into every class that Quan had to offer, because I think is the first thing that people don't do because they think they have it already taken care of. We've just come out of classes to get our license, and we think, I'm gonna start and I'm gonna start running. And I think what you do find is, yeah, we learned all the book stuff, maybe, but you don't have the other stuff at all. So you don't have it together once you just come right out of it. I also came from an educational background. I was a teacher before I had children. So Keller Williams offers a place to be able to do just that. We have classes that we can take all the time. And if we don't, we can't be the best realtor that we can be. If we don't take the opportunity to take these classes and to be better, we can't be the best realtor that we can be, but we also won't be the best realtor that our clients have to hire. So we are doing it for two purposes: to be the best that we can be, but to also be the best that they have to hire. So examples of what I did was I took Ignite. There's no other company that offers something like that to their new agents. There's just not. I also did a program called Lift. It was very intensive. We did cold calling, we did writing of contracts. It was intensive, but it was one of the best things I did. I took Bold. You can take it several times. It's incredible. It's another signature for Keller Williams. I try never to miss a Cheryl King class. We are blessed to have her here. If you don't follow her, she's with Thomas & Brown. Carrie mentioned her. If you don't follow her on Facebook, do. She puts stuff out all the time. We have Sherry that sends us things on Friday, just notes. Pay attention to those. And we do have the classes, 2 to 3 classes a week. I know some people feel like, oh my gracious, and no, you don't need to take every one, but they are beneficial. So as many as that you can take them. And by the classes and all the other things, I know that I'm a better realtor than many I run across. I'm not being boastful, I'm being honest. One telltale sign is the way many others in other agencies write their contracts. And I know, you can hear. You can hear. You know when you have a listing and people send in contracts, I bet if you blacked out the names and the agencies, you could go through and tell you which one's a Keller Williams agent. It's just obvious. We have the training and we know. So, the other thing is, I think it's very, very important to not fake it. And I don't have to. If I don't know an answer, we have so many resources at our fingertips. I just say, wait a minute, I can get it. We have 2 awesome lenders in our office. I had a client yesterday, she's selling and she's buying, and she starts going down the tree, and I just say, I'm like, well, you know, what if I do this? And I'm like, no, that's out of my wheelhouse. I don't know, but I have people in my office that do, and I'll send you their way. Don't fake it. You're gonna be much more respected if you don't fake it. So those are my 2 things that I really feel like helped me coming out of Quan. So, we get to how can Quan Keller Williams play a part? And this is the question. Are you using Keller Williams Quan to your advantage? Or is it just at the bottom of your listing page or your calling card? Think about it. You have to put it on there. Is that the only reason that it's there? Or are we using it to the best of our advantage? So here's where we're gonna go over some things. This is running Kimberly's law. So first of all, we have a Quan resource page. This is, Kimberly is the one that puts it together, and she's the one that helped me with this today. We have so many things at our fingertips that if we don't know the answer to, we immediately can go look on our website. And there's links to everything. Are you using that? And if you don't know how to find it, or, and once you get there, if you don't know something about it, Kimberly's in our office. She can help us. I mean, we're right there. Next, we also have Kwan educational classes. I've just gone over them. We're constantly being offered. I think Jordan was here yesterday telling us about
Wonderful.
renting and, I mean, we constantly have things at our fingertips to learn. We had one Thursday about kitchen renovations, baths, and closets. It was invaluable. You might not think so, but when you're going through a house and being able to tell somebody about maybe doing a renovation, you sound so much brighter, but you also are. Again, we're helping our clients. Quarterly chart masters. That is something that Kimberly again sends out to us that we can use in our presentations. It's downloadable, we have it at our fingertips. It's a wealth of knowledge that I can tell you people pay for, and they pay big for it. We don't have to pay a thing. It is at our fingertips. Are you using it? Think about it. Next is our Rawls Group Quarterly Market Matters. There's one tomorrow. Since for us, it's very easy to get to. We're one of the lucky ones. It's right here in Sandy Springs. It's, again, we get so much information out of it, but let me tell you what else it does. It pumps you up. You go in there, you're networking with other agents and other offices, and it's like just a mini sort of almost a family reunion, because you're pumped up. You get your mojo going again. You're like, oh, I'm walking out, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to go call this person, I need to go do that. You get your juices flowing again. So take advantage. And then we're gonna touch on Keller Williams, #1, the Metro Atlanta area. Jim touched on it today. Our numbers are incredible. Being number 4, our office being number 4 in the metro area is incredible. It's incredible. I use Keller Williams being number 1 in the metro Atlanta area at every listing presentation I walk into. Every one. I walk in there with my head held high and tell them that we are number 1, and if you add 2, 3, and 4 together, they combined still don't equal number 1. Who would not want to be associated with the number 1 team? Why would you not? And then I go on to tell them that I'm gonna put their house on FMLS and Georgia MLS, but I'm also going to market them to Keller Williams right off the bat. To our Keller Williams group, the number 1 that nobody else has. Again, why wouldn't you want to be with us? I'm not even selling me. I'm selling us. And I'm doing it with my sellers and I'm doing it with my buyers. Because what's the key word that all these buyers hear? Oh, 2 words. Off market. Who has the biggest bunch of people that they can talk to about off market? We do. We're not hitting anything with fair housing. I don't know if you've gone to your class yet or not, but we're not. because they're hearing that. I'm not going and saying, I'm just gonna market this to them. I'm just telling them, these are my buds. We're number one. Use it. Use it to your advantage. We are sitting here on a gold mine, if you will. So that is, that's big. It's big. Now we're gonna talk about capping. You get what you pay for. And a lot of people say, oh my gosh, Keller Williams, they're capping. Yeah, we cap. And then we walk away with 100% of our stuff. And let me tell you something. The prices of houses have gone up. Has our capping cost? Nope. I've been here 4 years. I've been able to cap all of them. Because the prices of the houses go up. And that percentage for capping hasn't. And if you do it, you can. So that capping is paying for my education, it's paying for my networking, it's paying for my resources, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. And I'm getting what I'm paying for. You need to too. It's easy. And then I'm walking away the whole rest of my year with 100% of my commission. I don't even have to worry about talking to the girls downstairs because they give me my full check at my closings. And let me tell you, it's nice walking right onto the bank. We have an awesome opportunity here. So don't let anything with capping get in your way. It's an awesome thing. And the average price of a house in Atlanta is 500,000, is that right? So it should take three closings. And then the rest of them, you're good. And if you're sitting there worried about 3 closings, you're selling yourself short. You're not letting yourself get to your potential. That's not here. We're gonna help you. Keller Williams is here to help you. We're gonna get you past 3. So, get there. Get the cap.
And hold that thought for a second. I'm also very proud that in the Rawls group, most of the percentage of their offices, about 12 to 15% of their office caps every year. In this office, more than 30% of y'all cap every year. So we have the highest cap rate in the Rawls group and maybe the highest cap rate for Metro Atlanta for other offices. So guys, your chances of capping here are greater than any other office for Keller Williams, and that's strong. So if you come here, your chances of capping because of what we all do together is more significant. So, and guys, that's not a number I'm making up. That's a number that was sent to me by Gene Rawls. So anyway,
You can cap.
you can cap.
I did hear one thing one time, somebody said, well, you know, there's so many agents and this and that. Well, there's agents all over Atlanta. If that's your spiel, that's on you. That's you again selling yourself short. Get in here, you got the resources, put a little elbow grease with it, and you're gonna cap. You're just gonna do it. And if you're having trouble, you got resources. Come ask. So anyway, that's my spiel on capping. All right, so the next one is profit sharing. This is so big, and I am the worst. I shouldn't even be up here talking to you about it, because I should be out doing it. Profit sharing for Keller Williams is one of the biggest opportunities we have to make extra money. It's huge. It's just awesome. And for those in here that maybe don't understand, It's when you talk to another agent and they come in and they say, they'll ask them, did anybody sponsor you? Did anybody, say, come on into this office? And they give them your name. That's it. That's it. And you get a little percentage of every deal they do. So, this is where I truly let money slip right through the fingers every day because I have zero. I'm terrible. You know those 20 agents that I know, they're all my friends? I've asked one. Why have I not asked 20? I mean, they can say no, but why have I not gone to lunch? I go to lunch with them all the time. Why have I not said, you need to come over here? So stupid. We all can do it. Just put that feather in your cap. It doesn't have to be somebody who's not even in the industry. Do you all not get calls? I do. The other day I got one and she goes, you just need to come over. You know, you need, and finally I said, you know what? You need to come to our office. It is awesome. You would love it.
Good for you. You should host an event for your 20 friends. You have people that would show up and back you up.
But it's true, we all could. But it's, why have I not? Cause I mean, we all need to, why have you, that's where we can make extra money. And it's just funny. So let me tell you, and I hate she's not in here, but we laugh about it all the time. So when I came here, my people that sit me here and everything, I came in, Michelle was interviewing me, and she gets to the point, she goes, well, do you have a sponsor? Did somebody tell you? And I'm sitting there going, well, a friend of mine told me about a friend of a friend and said I need to meet her, a girl named Lisa Wren. I said, so, I haven't met her yet, but just put her down.
What a gift.
Lisa has made money for 4 years off of every deal I make. And she goes, I need to take you to lunch so bad all the time. But free money in Lisa's pocket all the time from my deals. Cause I didn't know. Lisa Wren and I are best friends now. Not because of that, but other things. But I mean, that's free money we're all letting just slip. So if nothing, you won't get anything else out from today, go get somebody, I'm going to. When I was working on this, I was like, I'm gonna go get somebody on my profit share. Do it. Let Keller Williams work for you. We all work for Keller Williams. It's time for us to start letting it work for us, to take our business to the next level. That's my spiel. Anybody got questions or anything like that?
Who can tell me how much money Keller Williams profit shared with their agents last year? Who knows? Give me a guess.
21 million.
How much?
21 million.
Okay, all right. Anybody else want to guess? Come on, Paige, give me a guess.
33 million.
30 million, okay, great. Anybody else want to guess? This is just the agent side, not with just agent side.
I'll go over 80.
How much?
I was gonna say about 80.
Okay, you're all off. $146 million. $146 million. So guys, it's real. When I was at Harry Norman, we used to laugh, say, they don't get more than $2 or $3 a year. It's nothing really real. Guys, there are people in our company that make $1 million a year on profit share. Now, they've been around for a while. They have 5,000 in their downline, and so that's a big one. But guys, I have about probably 15 in my downline, and I get between $35,000 and $40,000 a year for profit share. And guys, in case you're thinking, yeah, but Jim, you're the team leader, you get credit, everybody comes to front. That's not true. Unless I recruit them, I do not take credit for them. I have to recruit them. And I wish I got here before Paige, you could have recruited her. Which is cool. I've said it, anyway, guys, it is real good. All right, so Kim, if you had to do it over, you started over 4 years ago, what would you do differently?
what would I do differently? Well, I would have done profit sharing.
Okay, well, I didn't pay her to say that.
I honestly probably would have, started working a little bit harder, off the beginning. I think, I didn't come in here just like guns blazing and just, oh my gosh, I've gotta take on the world and I've gotta make just this high amount. I didn't have the faith in myself, and I think I used not having worked outside the home as my crutch for the first year. So my goal was so low. I mean, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna worry about Kat. I'm not gonna worry about, I was like, if I can have 1 or 2 deals, I am good to go. That's good to go. And the thought, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, the thought of cold calling made me a nervous wreck. Now I'm better at cold calling than I am going up to somebody I know. Truly. It's just, I am. I don't have any problem with it. And I've built it to where I get a lot of referrals now. I don't really ask for referrals, but I get them. And I think that goes back to, I'm not fake. I'm honest, and you get what you see, and I'm gonna do my best for you. But if I don't know something, I am gonna go ask it. So they know that. But I do feel like I felt like I could have come out of the gates a little bit stronger.
Remember when I called you toward the end of last year and said, by the way, you made the ALC, you went, I did? I said, yes, you did. So guys, let's give her a hand, guys. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Okay, what is next? Yes, ma'am, Virginia.
Kim, you came out of the gates during COVID. You did amazing.
Well, I appreciate that. And
Good.
I'll hire you as my PR person.
No, I mean, everyone had every excuse to not work, but to keep working and to start a career during COVID, that's impressive.
Well, thank you. Should I tell them what I did recently?
Yes, you should.
Okay. So, one more thing. So on ALC, which I always do ACL,
Me too.
that's my dyslexia. Jim really pushed us to sort of go out of the box, and you all should be pushed to go out of the box, because it really helped me. To do something new, and push your limits. So I've been looking, I'm not good with Facebook, I'm not good with any of those things. I bought a billboard. I've had more fun with the billboard, it's one of the virtual, like it changes every wherever.
Electronic, huh?
But I've had more fun, and I've had more people hit from the billboard than I ever would have thought. And I've hit more people, even friends, that I would have hit on my personal Facebook account, from that. Like I was literally laying in Pilates, working out, and my instructor, who's sort of new, she came back and she goes, oh my gosh, Kim, I meant to tell you, Nancy style class. I saw you on the billboard and I was like, I know her, she's famous and everything. So then it became a whole thing in my Pilates class. So it's been the funnest thing I've done in a while was to get the billboard.
Which billboard, right over?
It's at Sandy Plains in 92. So there's,
Electronic
there's
Electronic,
tons of cars that go by there.
Right by the oil change place?
Yes. Yes.
And will you share this approximate cost? Do you mind sharing?
So I waited, because I looked, and they had one day a year that they dropped their prices. So I waited till that day, and I do pay $2,000 a month. But for me, I signed up for 3 months, and that was less than half a closing is how I looked at it. And then I'll write off that in my business expenses with my accountant. And I will tell you, I've already had 2 closings from it. So it's already more than paid for itself. so.
All right, Kim, let's give her a hand, guys. All right, okay, what is that, market manager, guys, this is something that Rawls Group puts on, and it is close by. How far is it from here to the city of Sandy Springs? 10 minutes? 15? Whatever it is, so anyway, so 15 minutes from here, guys, tomorrow on the 30th, they're gonna have from 9:30 to 12, and there actually is an extra session after that goes to 1 o'clock, where they're gonna have sort of a roundtable discussion, guys. Anyway, if you're interested, you wanna become an expert on the market, it's going on tomorrow at 9:30 at the city of Sandy Springs. It's a great location, it's a beautiful location, so guys, please put that on your calendar and go, if your calendar allows you to do that. Red Day, the guys, this is something that is near to my heart because I love Red Day. I love it mainly because Mo Anderson, it's her birthday, and I was able to spend some time with Mo a couple times, and she's amazing. It's her birthday, but guys, this is a chance where we can go and we can spend time giving back to the community. So it's going to be on Thursday, May the 8th. That's what it's going to be. And 9 a.m. to 12, and then 1 to 5 to assist. We need about 50 volunteers to assist with landscaping, painting, and minor repairs for the playground on one of the transitional homes. Please put that on your calendar, and please sign up. How, Kimberly?
The QR code, and I've sent it out a couple times through email as well.
Okay, we need 50 people at least, and 100 would be nice, 50 in the morning, 50 in the afternoon. So please do that, guys. It will bless you. When you do it, you're like, I'm so glad I did this, look what I did, and I helped somebody else. Good. All right. Next, pricing conversations that make sense with Terry Story. Now, I do not know a lot about this. I'm assuming that Arthur Ring did this for us. If I can be wrong about that. But anyway, guys, she's bringing these people on that are incredible, that she knows from the James Shaw class. So guys, this lady's going to, Ms. Terry Story, she's going to talk about pricing conversations, which we need right now. More than 50% of our listings have to be repriced in order to get them to sell. So guys, Monday, May 12th, from 11 to 12, and it is only Zoom. Save the date. You want to talk about this, Reed, or you want to talk about this, or would you like to talk about this? I love it. Come on. Come on, Danielle.
Well, Heather is the one that
Heather,
organizes
whoever.
the party,
together.
so why don't you comment on this?
Yeah, so it's June 7th, Saturday, June 7th. We waited to do it after Memorial Day weekend and graduation, so we'd hope for a bigger turnout. I've only made 21 flyers though. I'm a bit in shock over that. So if you guys haven't reached out to me to get your co-branded flyer, I am happy to make you guys one. And then before the party, I'll send you a list of the attendees that say they're the RSVPs. And then afterwards, I'll send you a list of your attendees with their information so you can update your database as well.
And I can attest, she'll turn them around like in 5 seconds.
Yes.
It will be in your inbox immediately.
Yeah, thank you,
for doing that.
Yes, of
And you all,
course.
this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I don't know how to touch my client, what I tell them, well, why don't you do a movie, a free movie?
Yeah.
I mean, guys, this.
School's out,
Don't put it on social media, don't do that.
Yeah, we just ask that you don't do that, because Lilo and Stitch just comes out a couple days before, so if that gets blasted, that might be a big turnout, and we've only got 3 theaters reserved, so. Yeah, and then the Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, and then a Minecraft movie, they're holding that one for us, so. I've heard it's good,
Yeah.
it's a great movie.
I was told that my grandson, do not go to the Minecraft movie pop, you won't understand it. I'm not going. I'm not going. But I'm going to the Mission Impossible movie. I like that one.
Great, and then when they do go to the RSVP link to sign up, there are questions on who invited you to the movie. Are you interested in purchasing a primary property, an investment property, or selling your home, or none? And then after the movie party, I send you that so you guys can know, oh wow, I didn't know they were looking to sell their house. Let me give them a call. And then it has their updated information on there. So yeah, send me your info, I'll make you one.
Okay, Reed wanted me to go over this information, he had a phone call to make. We wanted to show you guys what information we take to price out a loan. We don't need a full application to price out a loan. If you know your credit score, if you have a buyer that wants to just shop around, we can give them all the information over the phone. So up here, the score, zip code, loan amount, down payment. And can you go to the next slide? And then this will be how we look at the pricing. So you guys might know, there's more than one interest rate choice, so this kind of shows you what the discount points are. So like this is a 1/4 point, so. Anyways, Reed sort of threw this at me just in a text message, so sorry I'm stumbling through this, but if anyone has any questions about pricing or wants to shop around, please contact us.
Great.
Any questions about this, any questions about how this works, from anybody? Guys, it's great, guys, and the thing is that the online companies, most of the time, they change.
How it would affect the client, like with your
Hey, Randy, nothing from the peanut gallery in the back. You're not showing up, and you stay back there. Any
Well,
questions?
Just read my mind.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of, this is what we look at when we decide how to quote somebody. So how many points, a lot of lenders will choose one discount point. So in this case, it'll be about 6.5%. But sometimes people don't wanna have those high of fees, so we'll go with less and we try to just explain it to them. I don't know if this is making any sense, it's so much information.
But the rate that you quote them will be the rate they get at closing, unless it goes down. In other words, whatever you tell them is gonna happen at closing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pick an initial rate and then go over all their options and see if they, sometimes people might want a higher rate and then they get a credit to reduce their fees, so. I think that's.
Any
pretty-
questions,
I'll
Joel?
see if we can blast this out in an email.
I love that, we love it.
And we'll be sponsoring the happy hour after Red Day, so
Yeah.
come have some cocktails with us.
Let's give them a hand, guys. I love that. All right, come on, Sean.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? All right. So Sherry and I were talking about lessons learned this week because wanted to be something relevant. So she had an agent at our office that is involved in a lease deal that has just recently found out that she is being audited by the EPA. They are apparently out in full force here in Atlanta and going to offices and doing lead-based paint audits. For those of you that don't know, you do not want to be on the wrong end of one of those audits. Yes, sir.
EPA or EPD?
EP,
The EPD is the Georgia version, EPA.
I think it's EPA, it's the federal.
So it's.
Yeah, it's EPA. Yeah, that's what she told me. So it could be the EPD, but I think it's the EPA.
It's the big boys.
It's the big boys. It's the ones you don't want to deal with.
Doesn't matter, you don't wanna be on the wrong.
Either way, right? And so just make sure that when you're doing these deals, that we have our lead-based paint, both agents on both sides, not just the listing, not just the buying, or not just the leasing, or not just the, let's see, you are responsible for making sure that is a part of the contract. You will both be liable in the event it is missing or incorrectly filled out, or not dated the same date as the contract. It cannot be dated post-contract date. Once you go binding, it cannot be dated after that, so make sure we're getting that done at time of binding.
Why is that important that it's the day of the contract?
You tell me. I would say it's important because it has to be disclosed at time of contract.
Answer?
So,
Good answer, that's
It's-
the answer. Paige?
it's material.
I would think, and I think, it's because the buyer must have the option of having it disclosed to them before they make the decision to move forward with the contract. If they select, that they waive the 10 days, then that is not a reason for them to get out of the contract, and it should be.
Yeah.
So it has to be before so that they can make that determination with all the known facts.
Right.
Even if it says, I don't know.
That's right. Which I would say 97.5% of them all say, I don't know.
But the buyer should have the
Correct.
opportunity
If they
to
like.
make a good decision.
Correct. Yep.
You have to have it on houses dated before what date?
1978.
Say it again?
1978.
Exactly right, Chelsea. So if you have a house, thank you, Sean, if you have a house, are you finished? I'm sorry about that. So you have a house that was built in 1985, can you ask that a lead-based paint disclosure be made? Can you ask that?
Yes.
Yes.
Tell me why.
fireplaces,
Pardon me?
fireplaces, mantles.
Exactly.
Things can be brought in that are antique,
Because you can ask
One
for
of y'all
anything.
tried to argue with me and tell me
and
you couldn't do
vanities,
it. I say, they can.
just to see what about it.
Don't argue.
Because you can ask for anything, it doesn't have to, I mean, those things can be put in, like, you know, renovations, people things for an antique shop, because you can ask for anything in the scope of the contract.
Well, I will just tell you that, when the feds come to see you, all you say is yes, sir, yes, ma'am.
All of my high-end luxury new construction, we put a lead-based paint in it because once the designers are finished with the house, something has been brought in. Either, you know, wormwood in the vanity in the half bath or something was brought in that could vanities, a lot of the vanity, not so much now, but back in the early 2000s when we were building with all that furniture style cabinetry, everything was coming in with lead-based paint. Or the possibility of lead-based paint. How would you know? So CYA.
Just do it, I mean, just do it part of the contract. Call the bank that used to require that of all their contracts, do they still do that?
There are a lot of brokerages that require it,
Is it really?
it's just, you're not getting paid unless it's done.
And I like it because their fines are hefty. They're hefty. All right, so, I wanna thank Angela. Angela, tell us about your event last weekend and how well, would you mind sharing with us?
We had
Would you stand up so they can hear you? You didn't also make you do this, did you?
No, I did.
But it's what I typically do.
We had our shred and dunk event on Saturday. We had 5 dumpsters, 1 industrial size shredder. We're out here from 9 to 12. We had a nice steady flow. Good rush, get a little adrenaline, get a little sweat going, and then a nice little cool down before the next rush came in. So I haven't calculated how many families we helped. I'm working on that. This is the first year that we did not go over budget, so that's super exciting. And everybody was happy. People were very grateful for what we do, so that's what we do.
And respectful to Angela, she was not in charge of this event, but she sort of was made in charge of this event. So Angela took her time and organized to make sure y'all can do it. So can we give Angela a hand for that? We had a competing event that day. Hey, tell about your event, tell them how well it went.
It was phenomenal. We had a shredding event for our team. And we started this about, I wanna say about 11 years ago. And it's amazing how it has evolved throughout the years. And ours was at Eastside Elementary and we had close to 100 people there. 100 carloads of folks that brought their papers to be shredded. We don't do dumpsters, we just do the shredding event. And yeah, it was really cool because every single person that pulled up was either a past client or a future client.
Guys, I'm always amazed that we don't pack our events. We don't pack it. Because for how much was $100 for a single agent and 220 holes, remember?
I think it was $195 for a single.
So $200, cost $200, you get to tell all your clients, come and drop off your crap.
It's amazing, if you don't have an enormous database and you want to do it with others, and you know, it costs $200, it costs $2,000 to do hours.
I think it was an incredible event. We had more people there than usual this year, right, as far as agents go, so I like that guy. But guys, when we do these events like this, please, and I'm speaking to why most of you all do this already. You're the one that show up to events, and people online show up to events. So guys, just do it because like this movie thing they're talking about, that is a no-brainer. Hey, you just go to a free movie with you and your family. Come on, come be my guest. Guys, it's like just go do that, guys, which is cool. All right, anything before we close, anything else? Hey, guys, thank you all for coming today, thank you for being here with us, guys, enjoy the rest of it. And we're out in 1 hour and 5 minutes, guys. That's
Nice.
good guy, guys, thank you so much, enjoy your day.
Yeah.
I set it out, I don't know.
I only have a couple, anybody got your door? I just,
Okay, well, it's still kind of like early, I think we're in like now 7%. So maybe just do it again. Yeah. I'll be.
And I have one.